Okay. Y'all, this is my second video. I felt like I was rushing the first one, so I'm doing it again. Hey, how goes it? It's me, the real Asha P. It has been so long since I've done a video, so I felt like the first one I recorded, I was a little excited. I was a little happy, so I felt like I was rushing it. So I was like, you know what, girl? Do it again. I probably did maybe 10 minutes of it. I was like, do it again. Slow down, take your time. Since it has been so long, I'm not gonna say that I am back. I be working, y'all, and life be lifing. I ain't gonna say she beating me up, but life got hands on my soul.
On my soul.
She got hands, but she ain't beating me up, period. Before we get into the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Follow my social medias. A like does help, a comment does help. Leave anything, say I like your lashes, I like your braids. I like it.
I hate your braids. I hate your lashes. Bitch, I hate that you gotta make sandwiches at night, bitch.
Let me stop. But just, leave a little comment. It does help. Say we ready for the next one. Yeah. So without further ado, again, because I don't know how much storage I have and how long this is going to last, let's get into this video. Let me get comfortable. So this happened a while ago. Actually, I was going to clear out my phone for storage and I saw this video. So I said, let me do a story time on this before I do anything else or delete everything. I do want to say as well, if my voice sounds a little raspy, it's because it's so cold out and it's been messing with my throat. It be messing with my voice, so sorry. This had happened on a weekend and almost a holiday. It's not a holiday, but it's almost a holiday, so kind of keep that in mind. But it did happen on a Saturday. Yeah, it happened on a Saturday. So my cousin had messaged me and she was like, girl, what's the move? And I was like, Carisha, what's the move? Let's do something, because I'm always working, so let me go out. So she had sent me these 2 flyers about what was happening in our city that night. The first one was going to be at a club, and I was kind of excited, but the fact that they were going to have an appearance, somebody was going to be appearancing there, they hiked up the prices. So we were like, no. But we were going to go by there just to see what it was looking like, just in case. So I get ready, she gets ready, and we meet up at my sister's house. We kind of pre-game a little bit at my sister's house. My sister didn't want to go, but she wanted to be in the vibes, you know what I'm saying? So we pre-gamed at her house, and then we had left. So my cousin was like, which one do you want to go? The club, or the other one was a apartment party. It wasn't a house, it was an apartment. So an apartment party. So I was like, I didn't really care because I wasn't going to be driving this time. I'm always driving, so it was so nice that she was going to drive this time. So I was like, honey, I don't care. We could go to the moon. We could go to the sun if it's not too hot. We could go to Alaska if we got enough gas. You know what I'm saying? I did not care because I was being passenger princess this night. So we agreed on going to the club first just to see how thick it was, and then going to the apartment party. We were a little bit early because I did say in the beginning, I was like, I don't want to leave the house at 10, 11 or something like that, finally leave my house at 10 or 11. Nah, I kind of want to leave early because or it's just getting boring to me. Club life is kind of boring. I'd rather just be out early so that I could be back home by at least 11 or something. That did not happen this night. Y'all figure out why. So she was like, okay, that's cool. We'll stop by the club first. So we're going through to the club. Again, it's early. So when we passed by, we could see people walking to the club. But the line is kind of thick, but not that thick yet, which is understandable because it's early. And again, we weren't going to go in early anyway because they were waxing and taxing. So we were like, okay, it's cute. It's cute. And we would like to parking lot pimp, which is basically if there's a function happening and it's too many, it's full of capacity in the function, being in the parking lot with everybody is good enough. We do that so much. We did that one year for Halloween. We knew that the club was gonna be overpacked, so we just parlayed in the parking lot, and it's fun then. So we were gonna do that, but this club is on the main street, so there's no parking lot to parking lot pimp nor parlay. So we were like, you know what? If we want to, we'll just come back, drive through, see what they have. So after passing by, we went to this gas station. I had to pee, but it was so thick in that gas station on South Side that we were like, yeah, no. And there were so many people in the store too, so we were just like, yeah, no. So we looked at another gas station, but when I walked in, that one was closed. Like, the gas station was out of order. Made me so freaking mad. And after that, we had went to, it was Wendy's. We had went to a Wendy's to use the bathroom, and we had left. And then we finally had gotten to the apartment complex. So we get to the apartment complex, we had to GPS it. And when you get in the apartment complex, right to your left, there are like 2 buildings worth of apartments. And then if you keep going straight and around the corner, there's like 2 buildings of that apartment complex too. So we had went straight to the left, and my cousin, she rolls down her window and she sticks her head out. And she's like,
I don't hear no music.
So I am cackling. I am almost in tears laughing, because I'm like, what are you doing? And she turns down the music. She was like, no, I don't hear no music. So she turns down mine on the passenger side, and I stick my head out, and I'm like, you're right, I don't hear no music. Now, granted, we were a little bit early, but still, we didn't hear anything. So she's like, well, are we on the right part, like, of the apartment complex? So I'm looking at the GPS, and I was like, well, it's saying it's like around the corner, so let's try the other apartment buildings. So we go, and we go around the corner to the other ones. And we're like, okay, I don't hear no music. Still, what's going on? So we go and we park now. And my cousin, she got her window down. She looks like she's trying to catch her man cheating. Like, she's waiting for him to come out the apartment complex so she could be like, so who is Bria? And what's been going on?
I'm Joey Greco with Cheaters.
This your new girl?
Yeah.
Does she know that you got a baby on the way? You got a baby by her? Don't it? I will show you. That's buddy. Don't act like you don't hear me talking to
man, you need to go, man. You need to go.
Like, it looks like she is waiting for her man to catch him cheating. So I am cackling. I am dying laughing, because I'm like, girl, this is not a stakeout. What is going on? Like, but I mean, I'm here to ride. I'm down to ride if need be. Like, let's go. So we're sitting there and we're waiting. So she's like, hey, we're going to see if anybody does pull up, since we are a little early. You know, somebody else might come in and stuff like that. So we're like, cool. So we're waiting and we're waiting and we're waiting and we're waiting. And it's been about 10, almost 15 minutes from the time we've been there. So it's almost a half hour. No, we're over a half hour of when the party was supposed to start. We haven't seen anybody. Oh, let me bring it back. So when she sent the flyer, I'm going to show it too. The flyer cackled me too, y'all. The flyer cackled me too. It's called it was going to be the Drunken Love. Yeah, Drunken Love was what the flyer had said. And at the very bottom, if you see, it says free Taylor port, free juice, free strawberries and whipped cream. What? What? And free, like, plates. We didn't know if it was fish plates, barbecue plates, but it was going to be, like, free plates, free food. Or you could get, like, food. So the first thing that made me cackle was the strawberries and whipped cream, because what is going on here? Like, what is, like, is that, like, the entry? Like, you got to get a strawberry, and then, like, you're going to put whipped cream on it? Or you're going to be, like, tilt your head back, you're going to waterfall the whipped cream or something like that? Like, I don't know. It gave jank a little. I ain't gonna lie, it gave a little janky, it gave a little cringe, it gave a little ill, like, vid. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. People might put their mouth on the spot, and I don't even like whipped cream anyway, so it's just, like, ill. And also, I thought, like, okay, are you gonna give, like, the Cardi B whip shots? Like, that's cute, like, whip, you know, strawberries, and then you get your own little miniature one. That would be cute, but I know for sure that probably wasn't what they were gonna do. Still to this day, don't know what they were gonna do. Anyway, so cut to back while we are doing this little stakeout and we're waiting in front of the apartment complex. We don't see the DJ, because they said there was gonna be a DJ. We don't see the DJ. We don't hear no music. We don't see the guy with the plates. We don't see, like, people going back and forth from the apartment complex, you know, to, like, bring in alcohol, because y'all said free Taylor port, you know, juice and all this stuff and everything. We don't see nobody walking back and forth and everything. What is going on? So we go back to where we first started, not to apartment complex, but right before you can go to see if you want to go this way or this way, we're like in the middle of the road. We went back to the middle of the road and we're just like, well, is this the same spot, like the right spot? Is this the right apartment complex? Maybe it's apartment complex next door to this apartment, to where, like, a apartment complex to where it's at. We're just lost, honestly. We're just lost trying to figure it out. Now, we're not as early because now it's been like an hour since it was supposed to start. Like, it's almost been an hour from when the party was supposed to start. So we're like, what's going on? So we're like, maybe it's on the other side of the apartment complex that we were in before. So if this is the apartment complex, you could go here and then come out, and then there's like on the other side of the apartment complex. So we're like, maybe it's on this side. So we go back and we're trying to see. So now we're on the other side and it's dark, and we're like, okay, it can't be. It can't be. First of all, it looked deserted a little bit. So it's like, this can't be the apartment for the party. So we're sitting there, and my cousin, she again has her window down, and she's just like listening. And at this part, I am just cackling. So while we're sitting here waiting, she's on Instagram, because I don't really have social media. I'm trying to get back on. She's looking at Instagram to see, like, okay, is people talking about it? Are they saying that they're there? Maybe we're at the wrong apartment complex, things of that nature. I'm sitting there and I'm looking around, and, you know, to each its own. To people that are like this, you know, you and your boo and everything like that, go head on. But I'm sitting there and I'm like, this would be the perfect place for people to hunch that be hunching in their car. For real, yo. And my cousin with the quickness, she's like,
I was thinking the same thing. Like, it's real incognito in the back, dark and everything like that. Like, nobody will bother you. I'm
like, yeah, for the people that be hunting in their car, this will be perfect for them. And we are cackling. We are just joking. We're almost tears in our eyes. We're just joking back and forth. So we're about to go to the first apartment buildings. Again, when you go into the left, we're about to go there to see maybe we're at the wrong apartment buildings. So we're about to drive over there, and my cousin stops and she turns down the music even more because, you know, we couldn't see in the beginning, so you have to have the music down so you can see better. So she turns it down even more to where it's basically off. And she's like,
am I tripping or do I hear music?
So again, I start laughing. I'm like, girl, like, come on. We've been here for almost an hour, 30 minutes to an hour. You know you don't hear no... Wait a minute. I'm like, I do hear music. So she's like, yeah, I thought so. I heard music. And I'm like, yeah, I do hear music. I do hear music. I think it's coming from the first building. So she's like, yeah, finally we found it and everything like that. Da, da, da. Like, we were just early and everything. They must have been setting up. Da, da, da. So I'm like, yeah. Now, again, our windows are down and we're hyped. So we're like, yeah, we found a party, da, da, da. And over to the right of me, or to us, because, you know, on the passenger side, this lady out of nowhere, I couldn't see because it was dark. She gets out her car and she's like,
hey, excuse me, are y'all looking for somebody?
So we look, we turn and we look, and we're like, oh, you're like, no, ma'am, we're actually looking for a party. Like, you know, there's a party that's supposed to be going on and we're looking for it. She goes,
thank goodness. Y'all, I'm sorry, I was about to call the police on y'all.
What is going on? She's like, yeah, I was about to call the police on y'all. I'm sorry, but my windows had just got, no, my car just got busted into. They busted my windows and broke into my car just earlier this week. And she was like, I saw y'all kept circling around the apartment complex, and I thought y'all were the same one. And when she got out, she had a phone to her ear. So she gets out the car like,
excuse me, are y'all looking for somebody? Like,
the phone was already to her ear. So we're like, not she had the police, about to call the police, or the police on the freaking phone.
My apartment would allow that. That's what I'm like.
And we were thinking that too, because we were like, it had to be on the third floor and everything. But and we was like,
apartment back there. I'm gonna ask them.
okay. She said she was about to call the police. Like, are you serious? She was like, yeah, I was about to call the police. Like, somebody had broke into my car, smashed my windows and broke into my car. I thought it was y'all circling back. So we're like, no. We were looking for a party. Y'all, this tea. So she goes, you know, well, what apartment? And we told her what apartment building. And she's like, I thought that was strange because I'm the only one that lives in this building. What? Huh? Excuse me? what do you mean? She's like, yeah. Now, it's like, let's say the building was, I think it was 436. So she was like, yeah, I live in building 3, and I'm the only one that lives in building 3, which is connected to building 4. Like, they're together. They're together. So she was like, I'm the only one that lives in this building. So we tell her, so she was like, well, what's the flyer? So my cousin, she pulls up the flyer. No, I pull up the flyer on my phone because she sent it to me. She screenshot and sent it to me. So I pull up the flyer and I send it to her. And she's like, oh, you know, right there is the maintenance man truck. And she was like, I seen the flyer on his truck, and it was one on my car. But she was like, I seen it, and it's still on his truck. The flyer is still on his truck.
It was a couple other cars I've never seen before, too. So that's another reason why I was just kind of, I never looked at the flyer, child. But I saw it.
So she was like, I saw it, and I was trying to figure out how or where it was going to be happening because I'm the only one in this building. Roll the clip. While we're waiting there, or while we're talking to her, another car pulls up. And she's like, I never seen this car before either. So I'm like, yeah, you know, it's on Instagram, da da da. So she's like, well, wait right here. I'm going to see. So she goes off and see. I'm like, nah, she was about to call the police on us. Nah, we were about to get arrested, like trying to find a freaking party. So the lady goes over there and she's like, oh, she's looking for it too. So my cousin, she drives by her. She's like, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, drunken love. Like, you know, we trying to get drunk and find some love and everything. So she was like, yeah, I'm looking for the party too. So the girl gets out and we're talking. And this is where it kind of gets a little weird. Yes, the drunken love, right? Yes, we trying to get drunk and find some love. Yes, okay, honey, it's giving us fraudulent, okay? So the lady, she's like, yeah, she's telling the other girl the story, and she's like, well, since y'all all are here, why don't y'all switch information and swap information, and then all 3 of y'all could go into the apartment building.
I mean, well, it's enough of y'all now. Yeah. It's 3 of y'all.
But like, is the party still going? They trying to set me up. No.
So if y'all ladies exchange numbers, at minimum y'all can communicate. Y'all can go over there, just check it out, walk up there together. You know what I'm saying?
Ma'am, you just said you're the only one that lives in this building. We've been sitting out there for almost 30 minutes. You saw us going up and down this road. We haven't seen anybody. Now it's 3 girls that's about to go into this building that's offering free Taylor Port, free juice, free strawberries, and free whipped cream, and free plates. Like, you want us to go up in there and it's only the 3 of us? Now, we could mink up a little bit on myself. We could mink up a little bit, but we don't know who's in this building. We don't know what's going on, and you want us to go up there. Like, she kept kind of trying to not pressure us, but in a little bit pressure us to be like, well, why don't y'all go up and just see? Y'all could just go up and see. Y'all could go up and see. And she was like, well, take my number if we know anything, da da da. You know, because it was almost like she wanted to go into the party too. Ma'am, what is going on here? My cousin swaps the information with them because at that point I was recording. So she swaps, and they were at the driver's side too. So she swaps information with them, and like we kind of wait to see. So the girl, she was by herself. Bold. I'm sorry, I can't go to no house party by myself. Call me scary or whatever, but I'm not moving alone by myself, especially to no house party that I don't even know. So she said that she was gonna wait 15 more minutes and see if anybody comes. If not, by that time we would have been waiting there an hour. Nobody has came in there an hour. We were like, you know what, we're just gonna find something else to do. We're just gonna go. So the girl kept messaging my cousin, and the lady messaged my cousin too, like, hey, you know, did y'all still go, da da da. My cousin was like, it's weird, she just stopped messaging. And then she had told the other girl, like, hey, we're not going, you be safe though, have a great night and everything. So we had left. Thank goodness none of us got arrested. She didn't call the police on us, but we had went to a club. Well, let's call it a sports bar, because we were driving. We're like, man, the night is still young. Like, it's still young, it's still early. Let's find something to do. There got to be something to do. Like, it's a holiday, but it's not really a holiday, but it's like it's a holiday. We know that since it's Saturday and that this holiday is around, that there's going to have to be something to do. So we went to this bar, which is like a sports bar, and we pull up, and it's kind of thick. they were parking lot pimping outside. It wasn't as thick, but they were still doing some parking lot pimping. So we were like, period. One drink. I had told her, I was like, we're just gonna have one drink. We're gonna go back. It's already getting kind of late. Just one drink and everything. Da da da. So she was like, cool. It was not one drink, y'all. It was not one drink. So we go inside and we have our own little section and we are vibing. We are to ourselves, like how we mostly do, because we've been to this bar before and we love to sit by ourselves. We love to be in the corner, in the cut where nobody's bothering us. We're not bothering anybody, but it seemed like people still wanted to bother us tonight. So this guy, he passes by and we're going to give him the name. What does he look like other than what he looked like? We're going to give him the name Chris. Yeah, he kind of looked like a Chris. So Chris passes by. He's like, oh, you know, like they always do. Y'all sitting here by yourselves. Y'all just vibing. So I'm just going to come here and bother y'all. Why do men do that? Why do men do that? Why do men like go by and be like, I see that you're by yourself and you're not bothering anybody. Y'all are doing your own thing. So I'm going to come and bother you. Because, you know, y'all need to liven up or something, or basically y'all need somebody to bother you. Please, men, stop doing that. Stop doing that. If we want you to bother us, we will ask you to come over, or we will signal you or something like that. But anyway, it was still, I would say it was still a good vibe, even though he bothered us. So he was like, hey, where y'all from? And everything. How old are y'all? And me and my cousin, we were like, hey, we're from here. And most men never do believe us. I don't know why, but we were like, oh, you know, we're from here. And he's like, oh, you're from here? What side you from? What side you from? What side y'all from? So we tell him what side, you know, we grew up at, where we're from. And he's like, what? No, you're not. No, you're not. You can't be and everything. I ain't never seen you around. You seen Mark Joe and Billy Bob and, you know, Thugger and Take a Tank and stuff like that. Da, da, da. And I'm just like, just because I'm from that side, I don't be in the streets like that. Like, honey, I go to work and everything. That's it. I don't be in the streets to know. Like, my family's from that side. I grew up on that side. I know what's around there and everything. Like, I could walk freely without being nervous or something like that. But I'm not going to know the people that run the streets and everything like that. So when you don't know the people that be in the streets, they automatically think you're not from that side. So he's like, oh, no, y'all ain't from that side. I'm from this side. Look, look. And he shows us his tattoos. And he's like, yeah, you see, this is so-and-so and so-and-so.
What side of town you from, North? Bro, I know you playing.
Okay, go down, bro.
Look at this shit. I this tight ass shit.
What street you repping this?
Bro, look. You don't see?
Okay.
I got, yeah.
Okay. We are too.
How y'all don't know me then? Ain't no way. Ain't no
lady, we don't be in the street.
I'm pretty sure if you start name dropping now.
I have the video. I'm gonna drop it if he doesn't really name drop too much, because I started name dropping of like my cousins and everything that are from that side. So if it's not too much of a name drop on his side, I'm gonna show, like, I'll drop the clip. Cause me, I'm gonna record. If I feel like it's for the plot, if I feel like this is hilarious or something like that, I will record. And I won't record their face, but I'll record the voice, because it's like, this is something that, especially if I'm tipsy, I gotta go back and look. So he's like, oh, I'm from this side, and everything like that, da da da. So he just stayed with us mostly the whole night, just talking. You know, he asked us like what sign, and we asked him what sign he was, and he's talking about his exes and his baby mamas and stuff like that. Honestly, it was a vibe. It was really much a vibe. So we're sitting there, and he'll come and he'll leave, and he'll come and he'll leave, and it was fine for me and my cousin, because we was there for ourselves anyway. We was drinking, we was vibing. He was buying us drinks and stuff like that. He kept buying us drinks. Cool. You know? So we're sitting there, and then this dude, he walks past us, because this bar is 2 bars connected in one. So we're in the middle of where like the bars connect. So this guy, he passes by, which I later find out, which is his cousin, with his cousin. So I look up at him, and he's cute. He reminds me of Lamont. Yeah, Lamont from Rap-ish, the girl's baby daddy and everything. That's what he kind of gave me, which was Lamont. And Lamont is cute. He's cute and Rap-ish. So he passes by and everything, and like I'm kind of eyeing him while he passes by. He's like, hello ladies, how y'all doing and everything. So I'm like, fine, how are you? He was like, good. And you know, he says that while he's like walking to the bar. So me and my cousin, we're talking and everything like that. And I'm like, oh, he's cute. So she was like, well, holler back at him. And I was like, I will. I don't mind hollering at a dude. Like, you never know who's going to be your soulmate. And I might have to make the first move. So I don't mind hollering at a dude. And if it doesn't work, I'm going to keep it moving and stuff like that. If it works, let's see where it goes. So I don't mind hollering at a dude. But she be scared. So I was like, fine. There's this worker that worked at the bar. So I was like, okay, if I holler at him, you got to holler at the dude that works at the bar. So she's like, oh, I will. Side note, she never did. Girl, next time we go, I'm gonna make sure you do, because she think he's so cute. So the guy, I was like, yeah, I don't have no problem with that. So the guy, after a while, we're still drinking, chilling and everything, he comes back, and now he's looking at me really, and I'm looking at him. So he was like, well, you want to say something? I was like, well, you want to say something and everything? So we're talking. Asked him, he asked me again, the guys asked us, where are we from? Because, which I like to, he didn't neglect my cousin. Even though he was trying to holler at me, he didn't neglect her. So he was like, hey, how y'all doing? Where y'all from? You know, how old y'all? Like they always do. So we tell him where we're from. And again, he don't believe it. But he's from a different whole city. He was like, I got family up here, though, and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, you got a girlfriend down there? And he's like, nah, I ain't got no girlfriend with me at all. So I was like, okay. Well, you know, what's your name? How old are you? And stuff like that. So he was like, let's say his name. He gave me a nickname. So let's say his nickname was Vibe. So he was like, oh, it's Vibe. I said, what's your name? He was like, Vibe. What, you want me to say it again? You couldn't hear the first time and everything. And I hate dudes. Well, I like hate. It's a mixed thing of dudes that don't want to say their name. Honey, I'm not a part of the FBI now. I will do my Carmen Saniegos on you if need be, me and my cousin. But I'm not going to look you up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to be like, where's your own booking report or something like that. Like, it's cool, baby. But if you want to go by your nickname because you got people after you, go head on. So I was like, okay, whatever. How old are you? Still, I don't know. Because he asked me my age, and I was like, you know, what's yours? And he was like, no, what's yours? Ladies first. I was like, but I asked you first. And he was like, but ladies first. So I told him my age. And he was like, you still young, and add 10 more years to that. And I feel like it's cap because he didn't look at it, but black don't crack. He didn't look like it. And on top of that, I feel like he was just playing. Like, I just feel like he was playing because he did not look at it. So I was like, okay, whatever, yeah, whatever. So he was like, well, let me get your number and everything. We need to talk. We could talk to each other, So I'm like, okay, I get his number. And I text him, and he like goes on. And I see him every once in a while, but he wasn't like hounding on me or nothing. So we're drinking. We're still drinking. It seemed like, what did I name him? I was about to say his freaking name. What did I name him? Chris. It seems like Chris would leave, and then Vibe would come. Like, Vibe had passed by with his cousin first time. And then Chris came back, and he talked to us and everything. And then he left, and that's when Vibe came back. So it seems like they was kind of missing each other at the point. But Chris, I don't think wanted me or my cousin. Like, he just wanted the vibe. I don't know, because he was the kind of dude that he wanted to make, like, he always had plays. He was always making money because he was a promoter. So he always wanted to seem like, oh, I got money. Because when we were talking about our zodiac sign, my birthday was first out of all three of us. So when Chris had asked my cousin, like, oh, what you gonna do for your birthday? And my cousin had switched it. Sorry, y'all. Again, my laptop had died, and I'm using that to use for the ring light because I don't have it plugged close enough for it. Sorry. Once again, so she flipped it, and she had asked, you know, you should ask her. So he asked me, what are you doing? And I was like, well, I'm going out of town. And I told him where I was going. And he goes, oh, then we all need to go. So I don't know. I feel like it was a drink, because most of the time I don't be having this confidence towards men for this subject. But it had to have been the drink. So I was like, then buy a room, buy us a ticket. Buy me and my cousin a ticket then. And he goes, well, I was like, yeah, buy me and my cousin a ticket then. Like, you want to go? You buy it. So he goes, oh, I can buy it. That ain't no problem. But, you know, or he's like, I'm not going to get it because of some reason. Basically, I'm just like, don't freaking put your mouth there and say that if you're not really going to do it. Like, don't be like, oh, I can't buy it, or I got all this money. And then when I pull your card, Now you're just there looking stupid. Like, no, like, and I didn't really think that he was, but I was just going to be like, let me see where your mind is. So we're talking to him. We would go back and forth. And then there were times to where he would see that we didn't have a drink and he will buy another one. He'll just buy another one. Where y'all drink? What y'all drinking on? He'll buy another one. What y'all drinking on? He'll buy another one. Period. That night, we was lit. We was lit. So again, we're passing by with Chris and Vibes. They're going back and forth. So after a while, we were like, hey, it's getting late. We tipsy. No, we're drunk. We're drunk. Like, it's time to go. Like, let's just go. So we went to the restroom, and then we are leaving, and we were looking for, what is it? Chris. I'm so sorry. I'm trying not to say his real name. We were looking for Chris because he invited us to a kickback or a thing still at the same bar, which was going to happen the next day. So he was like, you know, you don't leave y'all wallets at home. Don't bring y'all purses. Just bring y'all pretty selves and like appetite to drink or appetite and get ready to drink and everything. Like, y'all don't have to bring nothing. Just bring y'all pretty selves and just vibes, because we're having this. He's like, I'm promoting this, and if the ladies come out, then the dudes will come out, and they like to spend money. So you don't have to bring nothing. He's like, we're gonna have you're gonna have a free entry. He was like, free food and free drink all on me. Don't worry about it. So she was gonna let him know, like, bye and everything like that. And I think she already got his Instagram, because, you know, hey, when we come tomorrow, if we come tomorrow and everything like that, we'll look for you. So we're looking for him, but he's gone. And most promoters are like that. They be on the move. So we couldn't see him. But while we're walking out the front door again, I see Vibes. So I'm like, oh. Well, first I'm like, well, where's Vibes? I'm talking to my cousin. I'm like, dang, where's Vibes? I want to tell him bye. And she's like, oh, he's right there behind us and everything. So I see him. So I was like, okay, I'm going to tell him bye, and then we're going to leave. So she was like, okay. So I walk over to him, and I'm like, hey, we're getting ready to leave. Now, he was standing by himself. I was like, hey, we're getting ready to leave and everything like that, but I got your number, so I'll hit you up. So he goes, men. So he goes, oh, yeah. He's not looking at me in my face. He's not. But he's looking down, and he's like, yeah, okay. So we hunching tonight? Be freaking for real. If you're going to be anything else in life, be freaking for real. What do you mean, sir? What do you mean? I said, what? But I can't be, like, shook that he just asked that. So I'm trying to play it cool. And I'm like, ew. In my head. I'm sorry. Ew. So I'm just like, I got to drop off. You know, I got to take her home. I drop my cousin off and everything. I got to take her home. And I'm already lit, so I'm going home after that. So he was like, I understand. No, he was like, dang, that's messed up. But I understand, you know, you get home, you be safe, you get home, all right, and everything like that. So I'm like, all right, I'll see you later. Was that the end of him? No. He had messaged me a couple of times after that. But I'm going to save that for the next story time. But we had left. It was a great time. We got home safely and everything. It was the next night. The next night, y'all. That was something else. But I have to stop it here for this one. This one is already kind of a long video, which I'm glad I took my time with this one and everything. But y'all, the next one is going to be serious. If y'all did like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Again, like and comment anything. We like your lashes. We like your braids. Like, we like your twists. You like your makeup. Something.
I hate your braids. I hate your lashes.
Something great, something good. And please share this video as well as watch my other videos. Again, I'm not going to say that I'm back, but when I do have something to say or something coming up, like a trip that I'm going to be having up soon for my birthday, I will be back. And also wait for this next story time. That's going to be like part 2 to this one of what happened the next freaking night, y'all. I have not been drinking since, because that was a crazy night. So I'm going to see y'all in the next video. I hope you did like this one. Please follow me on my social media. That's going to be in the description below. And until then, I will talk to y'all later. Love you, mean it. Bye.